can have a seat if you like.
I prefer to stand. So
Okay.
if the microphone will pick me up, I don't know if it will, but it will pick me up. Good evening, Mr. Mayor, members of the council, our administrator, and council. My name is Michael DeSica. I'm an attorney with the law firm of Cascade, Wagner & Wolf. My firm is located in Lakewood, New Jersey. The firm represents Ralph Clayton and Sons and Clayton Block Company. Clayton, and I'll refer to them as the Clayton. Clayton entities own property on Quarry Avenue in North Arlington. They are a significant business in this town, or in this borough, large taxpayer, and they consider themselves to be part of the fabric of North Arlington. Several years ago, almost 10 years ago, Clayton Companies were part of an organization called Quarry Avenue Property Owners Association, and they participated in a piece of litigation against the borough and against NCAP. And they challenged the use of eminent domain on Quarry Avenue for certain properties. They also challenged the designation of that area being determined to be an area in need of redevelopment. And, I think one of the things that I think that developed from that lawsuit was the pledge by this council through, I believe, a resolution not to use eminent domain except for the purposes of public purpose, truly defined public purpose. I had the privilege last week of watching the governing body's meeting, I believe from the last meeting in May, where there were some comments made about the use of eminent domain and about the use of redevelopment.
You were here? You were here today?
I wasn't here, but I saw a video on Facebook, I believe, not Facebook, on YouTube, I believe, you're supposed to. And I saw the comments of the planner, and I saw what I felt to be an interesting and a good debate. And a couple of things I took from that, obviously I thought were favorable to my client. One of those things was the planner indicated a real desire to meet with the property owners on Quarry Avenue. And one of those property owners specifically mentioned was Bill Clayton, who is one of the principals in the Clayton entities. Certainly the Clayton companies and Bill Clayton welcome the opportunity to speak with anyone about Quarry Avenue and the ideas of redevelopment and what the governing body's plan is ultimately, and the planner's recommendations for Quarry Avenue. As I said before, Clayton companies view themselves as part of the fabric of North Arlington and want to remain in North Arlington, obviously. Another thing that was very nicely said at the meeting, and I'm going to quote this, the planner indicated that he viewed eminent domain as the most onerous tool to advance redevelopment. Well, clearly my client agrees with that. He agrees that eminent domain should not be undertaken with respect to any properties that are productive properties on Quarry Avenue. So he was happy to hear that. So I'm here just to reiterate that Clayton companies are interested in talking. If the planner wants to schedule a meeting, certainly wants to attend such a meeting, and wants to participate in what would be the redevelopment of Quarry Avenue. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Would anyone else like to speak?
Michael DeSico. Sitting there in the reddish shirt is our planner, Mr. Bob Severio. Why don't you have a... Huh? Not our planner, I'm sorry.
I'm honored that you think I'm a planner. He's not a planner.
He's not a planner, right. But he is the person who's going to be spearheading, looking over our redevelopment plan, trying to bring redevelopment into the community. So you might want to have a little sidebar conversation with him. He's the one who's going to be setting up the meeting with the property owners on Quarry Avenue in the near future, so we can get their input.
And he'll be the one clear up any misinformation you're getting.
Yeah, because there is a lot of misinformation being put out there, and he'd be more than happy to set you straight on that.
I appreciate that.
Okay?
One word. Concerning the meeting that Mr. Severio is going to have with the property owners, that might be something that we might want to advertise, so everybody who's involved would like to participate in that discussion. This is a battle from 10 years ago, and I think this governing body's made it quite clear that eminent domain is a tool that they're not really interested in using anywhere in the borough. Look at our current ordinance, it just addresses residential property, it doesn't address commercial property. We had a rather interesting conversation, the former executive director and myself here at that council meeting, about the use of eminent domain in the community. I don't like this barber shop, for example. I want to make it a Burger King instead. And the council wants to all of a sudden make it a Burger King. That's not going to fly. So, well, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't a slip. But that's going to be a really interesting conversation, because if you look at Port Avenue, there are codes that are on our books today that should absolutely be applied in terms of getting the properties cleaned up on Port Avenue without anything else having to be created. There's actual resolutions, there's actual items that are on the books now from a code enforcement perspective. And take parts of Port Avenue that look like Beirut, that are abandoned, that really should be addressed by the property owners who own those properties and taken care of. So like I said, that's a meeting that, when we do have this meeting with the property owners on Port Reed, Mr. Clayton was here, Mr. Goodwin's also reached out to me, he actually came to the meeting himself as well, another property owner from Port Avenue. So to get that misinformation, to actually have an actual plan, we'll be very interested when we have that meeting.
I appreciate that.
No problem.
Would anyone else like to speak on any other subject?
I would-